Hi folks, welcome to another brand new board review. This time we've got a beautiful TimberTech Firewire for you. This is one of Nev's new shapes, and it's a bit of a contradiction. It's a very fun orientated board that's going to work pretty well in good surf. So it's not just a fun board, this is a board that's going to ride a bit more like a short board. We'll start off just with the outline plan shape. Nice constant curve all the way through the nose, holding a bit of volume and width through the nose of the board, running down through the rails, nice constant curve, and then a bit of a hip just in front of the fins, just pulling the tail in slightly, just helping keep this board really manoeuvrable. We'll go through the nose and tail shapes in a bit more detail in a second. But the outline plan shape is giving you plenty of foam and width through your back foot, and when you're riding with your back foot in this area, then obviously as your back foot moves further back in better quality surf, hollower waves for instance, it's going to make it far more manoeuvrable. So still quite a forgiving, versatile plan shape. Nice constant curve, no kind of hard spots anywhere, so it's just going to be real nice to put on a rail. It's going to fit really well into the wave. So that's your kind of outline plan shape. The rockers, fairly flat through the nose, a little bit of flip in the tip of the nose just to help with hollow takeoffs, but through this section here, nice and flat. That's just going to aid your wave entry, make it easy to get into waves. You know, even getting a bit of weight up on the front if you want to be doing a little bit of nose riding and whatnot. Cheetah fives maybe. With the tail, we've actually got a fair bit of tail rocker, and that kind of gives you an idea what this board is designed for. More tail rocker than you'd normally see in like your normal kind of fun board. And if you look at the width, really thinning out through the tail, keeping a relatively long board super responsive. This kind of tail width we're used to seeing in high performance 5'8", 5'10" short boards, so just gives you an idea of the conditions this is going to work in. Really thin, razor thin through the tail, thickening out really quick in front of the fins and maintaining that volume all the way through in the rail thickness, all the way up to probably about 2 foot from the nose. So nice and sleek where it needs to be, decent volume through the centre to get you into waves, carry you well, etc, etc. So that's the plan shape on the rockers. We'll go through the different sections of the board. So the nose of the board, quite thin through the edges, a little bit of flip as we mentioned to get you down those hollow faces, but enough width and volume. It's quite curved through the rail edge into the centre there. There's a bit of dome just to maintain that volume, so you can get a foot over the nose if you're cruising. Down into the central section of the board, again nice and domed, plenty of volume through the centre, and then really thinning out as we get towards the tail. We've got the half moon tail template. There's a lot going on with that tail shape, and it's going to do a few different things. It's going to give you a bit of bite through turns, almost like another fin when you've got the board on a rail and you're driving through decent quality surf. Excuse me. With it thinning out, it's going to obviously give you a lot more response, and then a bit further up through the fins you've got nice directional stability. And that little kind of drawn in tail from the front fins, that's just going to aid you you know, with wrap round cutbacks, just allow the board to be a lot more responsive from rail to rail. It's going to make it a bit more pivotal as well, so you know you are going to be able to ride this board in good quality waves, more like a short board. We'll have a look at the rockers then underneath. Initially, very flat through the nose, just going to help with wave entry, nice and fast, but very quickly, and we're talking probably from halfway down the board, we start to feel a bit of doming through the centre, where you've got a deep double concave. You can see that from the camera's perspective. When we get to where my hand is now, it is really deep. You've got a massive bulbous lump running through the centre of the board. It's not particularly deep in the concaves. What is noticeable is how prevalent that kind of dome section is, and that runs from this section of the board all the way through to the tail. It's only flat through the very last few inches. That dome section is running right through the rear fin, allowing the board to rock from rail to rail very easily. So double concave, quite shallow but very pronounced kind of dome section running through the centre, a bit like a central spine you get on this the potato series of boards. So that's going to basically allow the board to rock from rail to rail, get plenty of water and air moving through underneath, just making sure the board's nice and fast. It will give you a nice kind of a stable feel through turns, but also you know, be able to rock from rail to rail pretty damn quick, making it really manoeuvrable. That and the tail shape, when you combine the tail rocker is going to allow for a very, very manoeuvrable board. In smaller surf, the float's going to get you into waves quick and early, allowing the board to be quite whippy in how it's turned. Better quality surf, that tail rocker, half moon tail, and how thin the tail gets means you're going to be able to actually surf vertically. You're going to be able to be in the pocket of the wave doing sharper cutbacks and turning vertical gear going up the face, riding this more like you would a short board. So it's a very interesting board. 5-pin option, thruster or quad, or fibres if you wanted to. I'd probably say with this combination of tail shape etc, I think riding this as a thruster would be pretty awesome. You get that shortboard feel. So the TimberTech construction looks stunning, go really nice in a variety of different conditions, and also suit quite a few different surfers. I'd say it's probably predominantly aimed at a guy who can already surf quite well, who wants to be just making the most of smaller hollow surf, or for someone who just wants to go and have a bit more fun and decent quality surf. Maybe you're not getting in as much as you used to, getting older, maybe not getting as many waves as you used to, but you can already surf quite well. This board will do you really well. You'll be really proud to ride it. And likewise, if you can surf a bit but you're fairly new to the sport, this board will allow you to progress pretty quick. Wide tail going into a thin tail is always going to keep this super responsive. It's a very interesting board. We don't see many boards like this, so Firewire leading the charge again. And it's a nev shape, so you're getting quality from the actual shape and design as well, in the new TimberTech material. So Firewire Submoon, interesting board. Have a look online. We've got them available now. Thanks for watching.